What is up, foodies, and welcome back to another episode. Today is an extremely gloomy day out here in LA, but today is a very exciting day. We are going to Dodger Stadium. It is actually my first time going to Dodger Stadium this season. Usually I go to opening day or opening weekend, just couldn't make it out this year. But today is a crazy giveaway. It is the first Shohei Ohtani bobblehead for the first 40,000 people, and then they just made an announcement that they are also doing, I think, 1,500 or 1,700 of a gray jersey alternative. So let's see which one we grab today. But we're going to make a day out of this. We're going to go to Topanga Social, eat some food, or we might end up in Burbank and eat some food there, and then make our way extremely early to Dodger Stadium, watch, some batting practice. I also want to try a lot of the foods there because they have a crazy selection of stuff to get, like sushi and all that, good stuff other than a hot dog. It's a super gloomy, humid day out. I don't know what the stadium's going to be like. It's kind of cool out even though it's May, but let's get right into this video. We are back at the Topanga Mall for the Topanga Social. I actually thought during the week was going to be better, but honestly, not all of the places were open. It seemed like a lot of these places opened a little bit later, so it was very selective on what I actually was able to choose from. And there is a handful of new places that were added to Topanga Social. Slab was one of these places that I've actually haven't had since 2019 with my cousins. And it was a disappointing time then. I think the best thing that we had, or at least my cousin said, was the bread. So going to a barbecue place and having the bread being the standout is not ideal. But we did get the ooh sandwich and the mac and cheese. You can't go wrong with this comparison. But at the same time, I also wanted to head over to Rock and Riley's, which is this kind of little nice bar. They had a selected menu that you could choose from, but the bartender was super nice and was basically willing to make whatever you wanted. I just got the normal, lemon sour whiskey drink. And actually, this was great. It wasn't too sour, and it just had everything I wanted. It was super refreshing on this nice, hot day. Sometimes it's just a little bit too sour, lemony, and in this case, it wasn't. It was just, a solid drink. So again, like I mentioned, we got Slab, and look at that mac and cheese. It looked delicious, along with an actual sandwich itself, and the bartender came over and said that this is his pairing that he usually gets as well. So it's usually a good sign. But I would say that this just was so salty, and it didn't have everything I wanted. Again, like my cousin would say, the bread was really good. But yeah, and the mac and cheese was creamy. I actually really did enjoy it, and I know this is going to sound like I'm dissing it, but it was kind of like a very fancy KFC mac and cheese, and I mean that in a very nice way. It was just creamy and everything I wanted. Velocity. The barbecue itself, again, just not a fan of this actual meat itself. Highly recommend making it into a barbecue mac and cheese, though. But yeah, I just was disappointed in how salty it was. The bartender ended up making me also just a classic old fashioned. Again, this drink was just amazing. He had his own little twist to it as well. But yeah, I highly recommend Rock and Riley's. And go to Slab and try it and see if you like it. But I needed some coffee, so we headed over to Three Sisters Coffee Shop in Burbank. I've been meaning to go here for a really long time. They have some outdoor and indoor seating. Let's get into the drink. Let's try this Three Sisters coffee. Everyone in there is super friendly, super nice, very homey. There's also an outdoor area that looked really nice as well. The reason why I know about this is shout out Opal Studios in Beverly Hills area. She's done a handful of my tattoos. And I believe this is her sister's or her family's coffee shop. But I got a caramel latte. I'm extremely exhausted, and I need to pick me up before this game. That's a good caramel latte. I like it. Nice color, nice caramel, good espresso. It is extremely early. It is 3 p.m. We are going to get there before the gates even open. I've never done that before, but we want the Shohei Ohtani bobblehead. I imagine there's going to be a crazy amount of people. But yeah, I just needed a little pick me up. Those, multiple drinks and barbecue food that I had at Topanga just made me super sleepy. So let's get into Dodger Stadium. There's a few places that I want to eat because there's a handful of new items that they have, like I mentioned. But let's get there and let's see if we get this bobblehead and see where this day goes. Gates open in about an hour, and there's already this massive line to get the Shohei Ohtani bobblehead. Let's see how this pans out. Also, one little fun fact is if you have a Lexus car, like the car in front of us, if you pay $30 for general parking and you have a Lexus, you get the Lexus Preferred automatically. So you get a little closer parking. Does it justify you in buying a Lexus? Probably not, but if you already have it, take advantage over it. See you in the stadium. Like I mentioned, this was my first game of the season, so it was just nice to walk through those blue gates. And of course, I picked up the Shohei Ohtani. I did not get that gray uniform. I got the normal white one, but that was just in itself was amazing. I haven't been to the Dodger Stadium this early in a very long time, and it felt like I was there for literally the full day. But it was kind of nice. I was able to try a new thing, and this is the DH, and I got the large assorted sushi box for $33, which I know sounds kind of steep, and it is. But I mean, that's baseball for you. It's just everything is so expensive. And then I also got the Kirin beer, which I love this beer anyways, and I think that was $17, so pretty much on par with everything you're going to get, beer wise, and what you're going to pay at Dodger Stadium. This was the large sushi box, so you kind of got a rainbow roll, spicy tuna roll, and I think it was like a California roll. Now, again, for the amount of food, if you were at a sushi restaurant, yeah, that's you're gonna probably pay the same, better quality. But for Dodger Stadium, I think $33 for this. I think this is a better deal than getting the actual Dodger dog. And it's a hot take, but I will say that this sushi tasted way better than the Costco sushi that I've had in the past. Somehow it tasted super fresh. The rice wasn't hard at all. So in my opinion, I would highly recommend this and wash it down with that Kirin beer as well. But yeah, it was nice to have the assorted fish and then, two also separate rolls as well. Again, I mean, the rainbow roll tasted super fresh and amazing. Again, it is expensive. I understand that. I mean, a Dodger dog I think is like $10 as well. So, in my opinion, I think this is a better way to go. And also, just check out my Adidas shoes. These were made for All-Star Game. What was it, 2022 for Dodger Stadium, and it matches the seats. I just had to throw that in there. I know this is mainly a food channel, but yeah, it's the gradient of the seats. The orange, the yellow, the blues, and it matched my shoes, and I just felt like I had to add that. Not sure why, but it was just a beautiful day for baseball. And of course, it was Shohei Ohtani. So yeah, but yeah, the stadium was packed. Everyone wanted a bobblehead. Shohei Ohtani didn't do anything, and they lost anyways. But anyways, I was back to the food. We also got the home run platter, which had chicken teriyaki skewers, vegetable egg rolls, pot stickers, and vegetable tempura. This was $35. It is also very expensive. I'm aware of that. It did come with some like sweet and sour sauce and teriyaki sauce to throw over that chicken teriyaki skewers. Again, if you don't want a Dodger dog, you want something unique, get this. This was really good. The egg rolls itself kind of it reminded me of something that maybe you could get, at like a grocery store or something. The pot stickers taste really good. I actually thought the vegetable tempura was really good for being at the Dodger Stadium and not like an actual restaurant. And the chicken teriyaki, I thought it was going to be rubbery and dry, and it wasn't. So again, even, you look at that, and I spent like $80 in food and drinks, but it was well worth it. Anyways, until next time, guys, follow me on IG at RockPaperFood.